That's not my business.
All right. Let's see who's all here today. First of all, thank you so much for joining me. Well, we got 15 viewers. Looks like we had a good turnout yesterday, and there was a lot of people posting, which means that I'm back for a part two, right? And we're going to keep going as long as you keep supporting this. I'm going to keep on trying to cut in and keep on trying to come in to support artists. So for today, I went ahead and took out my lunch, came in here, wanted to get into a part two. People heard about it yesterday. They want to come in today. I need to get sharper at I appreciate that, Avril. I need to get sharper at reviewing art, understanding what I'm looking at, preaching to my community members exactly what we're looking for around here, and setting a standard for people who are coming around YouTube, learning about NFT, and they want to get into the space. This space does not revolve on just PFP or cartoons or, apes, monkeys, whatever you think that is high priced or whatever you think that has won in the game of NFT. It's not necessarily the entire spectrum here. It's not the entire play of what we are after. What's really happening is we have people that are packaging their future opportunity unseen opportunity. That means we don't know what Freaks is going to become. We don't know
I see you, Avril. We don't know what Freaks is going to become. We don't know what username 553 is going to become. You didn't know that whoever drew Bart Simpson was going to be able to make a cartoon that was going to capture people historically and become something as big as The Simpsons or Beavis and Butthead or Tom and Jerry or whatever cartoon that you fell in love with was created originally by an artist. And so what we're doing here is we're understanding social media. We're understanding Snapchat, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. We're understanding that these platforms birthed superstars online. It's a fact, right? Everybody in the chat, it's a fact, right? These platforms, TikTok, Snapchat, YouTube, Instagram, all of these platforms created superstars online. In the NFT space, the superstars aren't people who speak good. They aren't people who make the greatest skits. They aren't people who pull funny pranks. The superstars are the people that are creating audio, video, imagery, right? They're taking an artistic craft and tokenizing it, playing with the future of a financial instrument called the blockchain, crypto, Ethereum, Bitcoin, Tezos. The technology powers a token. The people put the art on top of the token. As you ramp up in your momentum, in your viewership, people calling you legend, people calling you OG, people taking a liking to your daily arts, people are valuing your presence. You start constricting mints. You start adjusting pricing. You're gating your future for the next person to latch onto. As you start to develop into a people, you become inaccessible. It's harder to access you, which means your drops become more serious. They demand attention. When you drop, everybody's ready. Why? Because your social value and your token value have met in the middle. Are we following? That's what we're doing. And so what I'm going to be doing is reviewing art from those players. There's going to be a link in the description of this video once we complete. If you like what you see, be sure to follow and subscribe. Click the link in the description to follow along, right? Afterwards, find the players, find the artist, find the art that I skipped, find the art that I talk about, and go research it. And please like the video. Please like the video. Please comment. Please subscribe. Please reply. We're trying to get these videos in front of people who are searching for these keywords. Those are our future collectors. Let's get going here. All right, we are live and in action. Live on the art thread. Find the page, NFT Freaks on Twitter, okay? Find the first pinned tweet, drop your art in there. Now, here's the thing. Before I start this, right, you need to understand that I am nobody. I'm not Dr. Dre. I am not a gatekeeper. I'm not an influencer. I am nothing. I am only a page who is giving raw feedback to what I see. When I drop an art thread, I'm going to a resource center of people flashing business cards. The business card is the art. It's what reels you in to who the person is behind it. And I'm going to do it with you live. It's not right or wrong. It's my opinion. Please don't get your feelings hurt. If I skip you or miss you, I'm totally sorry. Here we go. We got to get the Ghost energy drink in there, Sour Patch flavor, blue raspberry. Okay, there's a shameless plug. Let's get going here. First one, we're gonna go cock-a-boom. Hey, look at there. One thing I'm liking about this, I'm liking the originality. I'm liking the color palette, right? Bio's not too long. Haven't seen the username too much. 2,300 followers, but I see you're getting followed by a couple of people that I cherish as well. I love the way that you made this sort of emotional in a sense. I don't know if she's crying. I don't know if she feels in bliss, but I love how you bring the flowers in to kind of introduce that happiness so it's not down in despair. Great piece. Thank you for stopping by. Check out this piece right here. This one's different and weird, right? Let's check out Mad My. Cato Crew family right here. Much respect for Cato Crew, right? I love this deranged sort of art that you're bringing to the table. I love that mysterious sort of evil presence. And then before you color anything, all you do is kind of just take shape to the eyes, which make me kind of get drawn in to that part of the art. I love the way how you isolated those colors and only used them on the eye part, so you're not taking away from everything on the main piece of art. Thank you for stopping by. Here's a piece that I want to share. This one's got that mysterious, mystical figure style. It's got the fire. It's got the female empowerment in it, it looks like. I love the way you did the legs and the hips that come into the body. It kind of gives its own flavor on the body. You're not following it, the traditional shape. You're not following the traditional character. I love that Quintana. I love that sort of ninja assassin Kill Bill style. I love the way how you pivoted the legs forward, facing each other, the slight tattoos on the thighs. I like the skin color you're using. It just makes you feel very cyborg, very Metaverse orientated. I really love the hair that's coming back and filling in and how you kind of flared out with that. And then the sword, of course, and the birds in the back. And I'm starting to catch the masks that are bleeding through. Perfect, perfect. I really like it. Thank you so much for stopping by. Here's somebody. Chris, this is amazing. Rebecca Fiaschi, this is amazing. This piece, it's so mysterious. It's so quick. That sound leaves you kind of wondering. It leaves a sort of kind of, gives you kind of a second wind. It makes you kind of want to, let me listen to it again. Wow, even the sound with the whisper coming through, and then that sort of sound, and then the kind of majestical, what's that called? Majestical way she's moving, right? And then she's slowly putting the hand up and slowly caressing whatever, and then you got that sound kind of following. A very dope piece. I love the dark colors. I love the slight shadow on the skin. Damn near a masterpiece, I'm not gonna lie. Damn near a masterpiece, I'm not gonna lie. Let me make sure. Ant, check this one out. I love the characters. I love the characters. I love people that know how to make great characters that you could see take shape in a game, kind of fall into a personality. I love the glow on the cross. I love the bust size, how you made that into a full figure woman. I love the way that you put the lines in the skin right there on the collarbone. I just love the sexiness, the classiness. I love the female warrior style. I love how you did the hair with the glare. I love the reflections that come out the back with the lights. Really well done. I love the character. It looks amazing. The lips are just, it's hot, man. It's a hot piece of art, and you did it fantastic. Check out this guy.
The way you move, the way you feel. One kiss is all it takes. Falling in love with me. Possibilities. I look like all you need. One kiss is all it takes. Falling in love with me. Possibilities. I look like all you need. One kiss is all it takes. 'Cause I'm lost in.
Now I know why you came in here. You want to come in here to try to take my breath away. You know what you're doing, Gradient. That's why you showed up here early. What the fuck is this? No, I'm seriously at my job right now asking you, what the fuck is this? Let's get it up there. Let's get it up there, or this art thread doesn't matter. Let's get it up there, or this live art thread does not matter. I need likes. I need retweets. I need comments. I need you to get behind this piece right here. I don't even know how you achieved, I don't even want to know how you achieved this. I don't care to. It's magical to me. It's amazing. It's what needs to be pushed up. It's what needs to be talked about. We need to be rallying this piece together right now. Right now. Let's go. Let's go. How many people we got so far? How many? It's not. We can't continue if we can't get the art thread up. Then there's no reason to continue. If you're in this space and you're thinking that your art's coming up, why would you think your art's coming up if you can't support the art before you? Nobody knows who's coming up. Nobody knows who's coming up. I need you to, it does look like some Arrow 15 glasses, doesn't it? I need you to support. Thank you so much, whoever's coming through. Who's that coming through? See my profile, Bazzy Tip. Okay, yeah. We need you to comment a little better than that. I was about to check out your profile freely just because you did that, but not with that comment. Please stop by and rally this art so we can continue. I'm gonna take a drink. I'm gonna maybe bust into some snacks. I'll be back. I know it's hard to jump around and share and do things, but in order for this live art thread to be beneficial to the community and the people in it, we need to take the time to get out of here and show up. Bring up your phone, bring up something else. Go on your computer, go on your laptop, go on your iPad. Howdy Loco Boy, how are you? Random Decon, how are you? Ari, how are you? Tyler, how are you? Luco, how are you? We'll go into shout outs. Alex, Mind of a Creative, how are you? How are you? Ijareem, how are you? It's enough names. Let's go, let's go, let's go. We're getting up there now. We're getting up there now. We just need to jumpstart them. We just need to jumpstart them. If it's 10 for right now, it's 10 for right now. That's good enough. That's good enough. It's better than 3. Wow. It's fucking incredible. It is amazing. It is crazy how some of you come up with this stuff using AI and using the tools and being able to animate, and then you add the sound to it. And I mean, Pong, I've seen your name for a long time. Thank you so much for stopping by, dropping this art in here. It's amazing. I'm really I'm excited to see people go further with the mediums, go further with the tools, use them differently, not just use them to create things, but use them to go further. Okay, this is how it works. Okay, let me see what I can do to bend the rules. Let me see what I can do to break the rules. Let me see what I can do to be different. Pong, I remember your art because it's something that's memorable. It's that glassy sort of reflection style. There's another person that does it close. It's Louser, Laser, somebody like that. You and Pong, y'all have that sort of glass reflective style. For you to come over here and do this too and do it amazingly well with that sound had me just a perfect sort of lost trance soundtrack to just get you lost, man. Hey, take a glance at this and let your mind wander. Thank you for stopping by. Really a piece that should get way more than 8 likes and 5 retweets. I really hope that more and more people will jump out of these chats and go, I'm telling you, it's just us. Until these other new people come and figure out what we are doing here and take my words for the right, for the right weight, they're not going to understand it. So I need you to come in and support it and help us. Showscape, wow. It's incredible, man. What the heck? Oh my gosh. Y'all are really making this tough, You're making it tough when you come in here with that Slime Sunday feel. I feel like he's the master of collage work. And then I see something like this, and it is damn near so close. I love these sort of manipulative collages. I see the ocean in the background with the islands, the boat crossing. I see this sort of farm-like land that she's standing upon. You went and changed her like the devil or like a demon with the eyes closed. You don't know if it's a spirit taking over this area. The white clothes to still make it look angelic. It's just... I think that's what one of one art is all about. It's all about capturing somebody's attention well enough. Now, let's talk about what comes after this. Okay, so you caught my attention. Then you go out here, you review the player. Who is it? Who is it? Because that matters. Showscape, this is a longtime supporter of mine. I've seen him around the community for a long time. Let's jump into it because it's not just about the art. The art draws you in. You see how that art drew me in? Then you come in here and Showscape, the collage weaver, mirage maker. Listen how that sounds. Showscape, the collage weaver, mirage maker. Where is he located? Desolation Row. But can I sell you again real quick? Let me sell you one more time. Listen. Showscape, collage weaver, mirage maker, artist, location, Desolation Row. 5,000 following, 2,700 followers, 116 people that I value. That matters to me. Cato right there. I know he's done his research. If you've netted him, then you've already done some things. You come here. Good morning, friend. Hope drops this Friday, 11 a.m. I think memory shoot. Let me show you something. I'm going to come in here. I'm going to support that too because you deserve it. And I'm going to come in here and write a comment. And I'm going to say, can't wait for this to drop. Boom. Love it. Just it's really that quick. It's really that quick. It deserves it. It deserves it. And let me tell you why. Let's go in here. Let's go into the front head real quick. Give me a second. Let me tell you why the art is only a drawing in, right? Because people steal art. People copy art. People cramp other styles when they see it trending. People fall out of their own style and come to become trendy. What you're trying to do when you research a one-of-one artist is you're wanting to make sure that they're a long-term player, that they're a long-term community supporter, that they're a long-term shower and teller. They're making their rounds and contributing to the community correctly. Then, no, there's no lunch today. It's Artists for Lunch, Avril 15. I appreciate it. It's Artists for Lunch. It's Art for Lunch. Oh, and then it's... long-term players by researching the timeline, by researching the links. After you see the name for a while, that's why a lot of people are getting frustrated about sales. You have to let people discover how you work. It's not just about collecting the art. It's about understanding the work ethics and the workflow of what it takes when I capture the art. What happens next? What comes after? And so the art is just a calling card to something much broader, right? Much bigger. It's not just art, ladies and gentlemen. I don't care what these people tell you. When you're looking at stuff like this, it's not just art. Let's check this out. Mental Noise, haven't seen you around. The 3,200 followers, looks like you're getting followed by a couple people that I cherish too. I love it. I love when they take this sort of cultural art like Pepe the Frog, and they sort of manipulate it into its own style. Yes, it's still trendy, but what you are doing with it is out of the box. It's not just trying to highlight the frog. It's not just trying to take the style and mimic it so that you can grab the cash that flows in behind it. You're actually trying to artistically still stay yourself while paying homage to something that has a culture. That's why I love peppy art producers. Now, here's the thing. There's a art to entering and exiting. For instance, don't always do it, because then it isn't rare. Do it once in a while and flash in and out, so that while you're stale waiting for sales, you're jumping into the trend so that you can rally in people more behind your actual workflow. Okay? And I see some referrals right there in the chat about checking you out further. But the way that I work is I need to see you come by more often, and then I'll come down there and check further. People I'm checking further are people that's going to be supporting for a while, because I have people behind it. I'm trying to get, these art threads are really short because I talk a lot, right? And so I want to get people inside. Keep coming, keep going. I appreciate that, Ori. Thank you so much for referring and rallying your peers, because that is what's needed. It allows me to know if that's your friend and you're my friend, that I'm going to pay attention more. So thank you so much for doing that in the chat. Gonza, check this out. Underwater race car, kind of looking down on the ground. I love the vibe. I love the vibe. I love how you did the lights. I love this sort of feeling of sort of drowning, or maybe being at the bottom. 71 followers. Really love discovering that, because you're a new player. Work hard, dream big. I love cars and I make art. Hey, it doesn't get any more straight to the point to that. Keep sticking around. Keep going. Thank you, Alex, for rallying about the thumbs up and the like. Please like, comment, share, subscribe. Please, this is only going to get artists further. The more and more people that discover us, the more and more of a chance you have to make it in this game. Well, you don't make it easy. You know, when you do shit like this, you don't make it easy. It's not an easy thing to review when you have badass art in front of you, or a badass freak like Random Freaks, right? When you're taking this, listen, I don't care. When you're taking stuff like this from scratch and you're bringing it to a digital aspect, let's stop here. First of all, how much time do you think he has right here in this? It doesn't matter. That's part of the art. Look how much attention he's paying to his end creation. People give up at these spots. They put the craft project away. They say, I'm going to work on this next month. Not Random Freaks. He's only on 8 seconds. Well, it's time lapsed. He's only probably a quarter into his project. That's probably about a quarter, 25, 30% in. How much work has he done from there to here, you think? Don't you think that once you discover the process, the value should also sort of follow? Let's keep going. Let's stop right here. Are you watching the mirror for the reflection? Are you watching how he's doing this? I need you to support this man so that we can set a standard. If you're watching this on YouTube, I am highlighting to you a grail. This guy is a grail. This guy is a blue chip artist. Trust me when I tell you. And I'm going to tell you how I know. Let me tell you. Don't take my word for it. I need to make it an example. 17,000 followers, 800 following means he's selective. He's choosy, taking his life serious. Visual artist creating worlds with photography, video, and miniatures. I'm not going to lie. I look up to you. I'm a macro photographer. I look up to you. I look up to your style. I want to explore this style. I'm nowhere near where you are. But one day I hope to create things like this. I was thinking about it the other day, how I was trying to pull it off with miniatures and things like that. I'm nowhere near you. I am looking up to how you do these things. But the time that you take, the creations you make, the before and afters that you do, it is fucking amazing, bro. Period. Thank you so much for stopping by. Thank you for allowing me to learn you, to connect with you. If you have crypto, if you're looking for somebody to add to your collection today, right now, you need to go find this guy and see if there's something available. I'm telling you. Let's bring in this guy. Let's take a look at him. Eric John, the Pizza King. I don't know if you're familiar with this guy. Makes edible pizzas. That's right. Every single pizza you are seeing, you can eat. They are real ingredients. Let's look at the bottom right. That's going to be real ingredients there. Let's keep looking. The Robin Williams, the John Cena, right? The Freddie Mercury, right? You got Hulk Hogan, Joe Rogan, Gary Vee. I mean, you've got intricates. You've got these. You're looking at Hulk Hogan. What's that? Tomato and cheese. I mean, the ingredients, the black olives and Joe Rogan, the teeth. I mean, this isn't a filter. This isn't AI. This is Eric John's edible pizzas. It means you can actually eat these. And he understands value. And he understands the game. The thing about Eric John is he doesn't have enough strong believers to take him to the next level. That's why he's a mini grail to me. Because when people start discovering him and start enabling him correctly, he can actually do what he set out to do. He knows what he's doing. He understands the game. He understands the discipline. He understands the scaling. This guy is appearing on TV. This guy's appearing in interviews. If the whales understood what the fuck we were promoting here, they wouldn't go collect things that made no sense. They would go collect people that have very valuable futures, not because we're dissing anybody who doesn't, but we're training on people on what can happen as a blue chip artist. Please rally this guy. Please tag some of these people so he can get some. Please tag John Cena. Please tag Gary Vee. I'm going to do it right now for him. Hey, check out Gary V there. Edible pizza etched in blockchain history. Bam. Why not? Why can't I say that for somebody who's badass? What's that taking away from me? Is that taking something away from me? It's not taking anything away from us. Rally the guy. Help him out. Tag some of the people that he's making. Go enable him. You start collecting the people that I start showing you, and you have to understand that you have a network behind you that's never going to fail you in terms of talking about these artists. I'll help you sell these pieces as they enter your wallet. All you have to do is understand why we're coming to support people like a Yaz. Check out this freaking manipulation here. I love his manipulations. This guy's been featured by Adobe plenty of times, which means that his art is good enough for the program that people are using to manipulate these images, which means that they're damn good enough for our wallets. Which means that if we can get a Yaz respected by Adobe, respected by collectors, and then we can get him to understand the discipline part of NFTing, we could very well be onto a high-class superstar. Right? He's got all the ingredients to become one of the greatest artists to enter your collection. The guy's been here, stood the testament of time. I collaborated with him. Trust me, Ayaz is a star, but he needs more supporters. He needs more supporters. Maybe the message has to get louder. Maybe he has to get a little bit more bold. Sometimes you have to get more serious to tell people you ain't playing around. Some of y'all are coming in here to challenge me. Y'all are trying to see what I'm going to say about fire art like this. Holy moly, sweet mother Mosesa. It is amazing. It is incredible It is mind blowing. It is freaking. Please share Q Films, who works his ass off in this space. He is respectful, he is kind, he is supportive. He's jumping out of the purple realm and coming in to explore more now that he's on Super Rare and dealing with a finer artist base and collectorship value. And he's wanting to explore and really sit into his talents. And I'm watching it and I love it. And congratulations. I really appreciate you sharing work like this, showing me your range of style, which allows me to basically, if you want to call this pumping, it is that. I'm pumping the guy who deserves to be pumped because his work ethics demand it. What a fabulous fucking piece to appear in my art thread by a well-respected username that I really appreciate to build with. It's amazing. It's cutscene game-like quality, man. It's cutscene game-like quality. Let me explain to you this guy real quick. First, before we even get to the art, because you see how sometimes I'm clicking the retweet and favorite faster versus sometimes I sit and watch the art. Sometimes it's just because of the person, because what you're not understanding and what you need to understand is that the NFT game is an entire package. It's a package. It's not the art. It's not the value. It's not the followers. It is all of the above rolled up into one ball. And if you want to know somebody in this space that kind of matches the whole ball, it's Brett Stebbins. It's Brett's. We're talking integrity, 100%. Honesty, 100%. We're talking about somebody who, hey, listen, he loves family. He includes people, doxes his information. He just shares art. He's a freaking diehard loving artist. He doesn't really know and care about what costs this or what costs that. All he knows how to do is create things. This guy burned his entire collection down of works just to restart because he learned the game more. He felt like his knowledge had increased more. And so he burned it all down. He sold some pieces. I'm a proud collector, by the way, and then comes in and gives us a whole new style right here of this sort of flat, minimalistic, but very the color choices that you're using are different than the minimalistic designs people are using. I don't know what we call this, but it's like neon minimalistic, but still creative and sort of 3D, 2D. It's freaking. If we keep going with this and really just own this style, it could be something. I love how the sun or the moon right there, the planet back there kind of peeks out and rolls over that valley. It's a different form of art. I could see a sort of game coming through, mobile game, some type of island. But very nice little small world you captured there, Brett. And Brett is an amazing guy. Please give him support. Please follow him. You are adding a true player in your wallet by adding Brett. And again, these people are going to learn. The more and more people that support them, the more and more they take it serious. Check out this. 2J Starry 997 is one of the best artists that I've ever come across on my page. If you go research 2J Starry and his art, you will find an impressive range of works that are mind-blowing as well. They're not just natural animations. They're not just going to be your regular character rigging. They're not going to be what you find in tutorials. They're going to be something that is going to make you wonder. You see the gummy effect, the whole cookie effect there. Now you see the fudge. It's like some graham crackers marching or something coming out of the oven. I don't know what it is, but it's amazing. I love how everything's kind of in sync back there. The bounce and the shake from the impact on the floor. Man, it's like a calling card. It calls you in there. You know what I mean? How can I make 3-4D? Oh my gosh! If that's not, that just, again, the bio just reeled me in there. How can I make 3-4D? Right? Then he has the mushroom drop already March 29th. Wait a minute. I might have to stop by there if that's happening today. That is amazing. Thank you so much, 2J Starry. such a beautiful freaking art presence you give us, man. I'm not even allowed to review your art. It's amazing. It is so amazing. Thank you for everybody joining in. Please subscribe, please follow, please like, please share. Please try to get these videos and the channel up as far as we can so this can be worth it to the artists that are dropping in here. Like my friend here named Franz. You know that place in The Lion King where they take them to the Badlands and they got all those bones everywhere and stuff? That's what this reminds me of. It reminds me of an AI piece of whatever that place is called. The sound was so deranged. The place was so crazy. If I was actually putting VR goggles on and I was like, a little bit tipsy or whatever, and I went into that world, I'd be slightly frightened. I'm not going to lie. You really sold that sort of frightening terror, horror through AI, sort of that place I don't want to be. What's going on here? Friends, it is fantastic, and you are a fantastic person. Great supporter. You see he's a Sly Guys, which means that you see he buys in and believes in people, right? Then he's got the freaking verified PFP. Thank you for whoever just followed me. I really appreciate it so much. Thank you so much. Franz, you got the key from Freaksy. You got the Sly Guys. You're paying attention. You see it in your bio. You're coming in here with this AI, being a player. You're kind, you're nice, you wait your turn. Twinkle, thank you so much for subscribing to me. Hopefully I can find your art out here. I really appreciate all y'all. I really appreciate even being able to, oh my God. What the fuck is this? Y'all got me cussing at work and shit? Dude. Okay, let's get into this AI talk real quick because maybe a lot of people don't understand it. You need to go play around with AI to understand that you can create thousands upon thousands upon thousands upon thousands upon thousands upon thousands and millions and bazillions of designs. That's the point. You are saying that whatever this person is choosing by the command prompts they're creating and how they dig into it to make their final decision is what makes them a great AI artist. It is the decision making. It is the curating of your reputation and the time you're taking to decide the final factor of what you represent. Does that make sense? And that costs, and that's valuable. And so the only thing you're grading here is the end-all decision. This is what you're deciding. This is what you've came up with. This is what you're willing to bind your reputation with. And if that's how you plan to do it, that's how I plan to champion AI. It's a great piece. It's got that sort of mysterious, sexy, powerful figure. It looks like you're entering hell of some sort, or maybe a place that's demonically driven, or maybe it's the fire and a soul coming out. It's whatever you want to say, but it's definitely a jaguar, is a powerful animal there. It's got that powerful look and feel. Really appreciate you stopping by and giving me a chance to glance at some AI and just give it the best review I can. Here's somebody that fucking blows my mind. Yes, he blows my mind. I got about 20 more minutes here. We've been going for what now? About an hour. Yeah, so we've been going for about an hour and 2 minutes. I got about 20 more minutes in here till 12:30. I'm sorry for it, but I'm trying my best here. I want to give people value. I want to give people a chance to listen and learn and discover. It isn't just about sharing. I want to answer that NFT bit art. Please stay around. I have something to say about that, and we'll talk about that. But let's concentrate on the Rafa arts here. Hand drawn. Reminds me of somebody like Foley. Foley and Rafa are two of the same pieces. I'd probably love to see a collaboration with Rafa and Foley together. I love these original art pieces. I love the talent that you're showcasing here. The lips on the lady, the light blue eyes. It just has that classy, sexy, elegant type of feel. Looks like it came from a different time or era. Definitely not 2023 feel, but almost like a, borderline Roman. I don't know. It's a sort of time or a sort of age that I can't put my finger on. But the way that you did the hair, the white and the reflection with the flowers, it's. If this was my wife and you drew her like that, I would fucking flip out because it's an amazing drawing. I don't even know if you offer that, but if you ever did, I would love to get a portrait of my wife done in that sort of style or manner. It's just beautifully done. It's something that I would love to cherish or have just for my personal keepsake. Thanks so much for stopping by, Rafa, and I really appreciate you letting me build with you. Here's somebody that I'm always gonna, every time you see Alex Shark, this is why you need to build with Alex Shark. Yes, it's a gatekeeping thing here that I'm doing. If you want to be seen immediately, if you want to be heard loudly and clearly, you need to find the ways into the people that I truly cherish because they've spent so much time with me that they deserve it. It's like a representative of freaks. Alexander Shark is one of them. So first of all, thanks for stopping by and sharing somebody, and then let me give my review on Negar Gorabani, who I've had the pleasure of seeing her art and seeing her around the space. And here's a great piece. I love how that person is blowing it into emotions. Maybe that's the emotions bottled inside. Maybe it's all the different type of faces and personalities that somebody's dealing with. I love the originality of it. It doesn't look like anything anybody's copying. It has the ability. Is that a face that's outlining the face of what she's blowing or he's blowing? And then the fact that you take these sort of traced lines and keep it fantastic. This is a piece that I really hope we share a lot of times so that we can build a standard for people in this space. Originality is great. Even if it is AI influenced, I really don't care. The fact that you are making your own lane and saying, this is me, this is what I'm doing, and you do it well. You did it well enough to catch Alexander's attention, which means you capture my attention, which means that you just keep going. You just keep going, because if you can capture that attention from people, you can capture it everywhere. And yes, he is an amazing friend. You know that I got to be careful with that art of man stuff. I got to know what I'm doing here, right? But let me tell you something about the art of man real quick. First of all, Ruby key holder of mine. He is in my program, but don't ever think that that's the reason why I'm telling you to look after him. It might be the reason why I'm sharing him and reviewing him, because he's shown me that contribution and earned that for my time. It's a utility that I've packaged up and shared. But the ability and blessing to have somebody like this even be interested in me becomes a double reward. Look at this piece. Look at the dark art and how he captures the collage. Look how he captures the manipulation. Look how he's putting print inside there. I don't even know how you really accomplish this. I think it's a mixture of like physical, digital, and then you kind of combine it all or scan it. But the idea of your mind that you're able to make these skulls with the fleshly, you keep the eye poking, you got this 333 number. It's like you're taking a bunch of styles and mediums and mashing it in together and still making sure people understand this is an art of man because you put the scribbles in the middle. I think Mind of a Creative is taking the words out of my mouth. It's top tier and it's top shelf. I just couldn't figure out what word I was looking for there, but it's the fact of how you look at the print, how he puts those two. It's like you have to, let me ask you this, when you look at a piece like this, when do you call it quits? That's an art too. It's an art to call quits on art that looks good. Does that make sense? Thank you for stopping by, Art, man. I really appreciate building with you. I think you should take a look at that Dark Artist if you're interested. I'm a sucker. This is good. This is good. Got that nostalgic skateboard with the kick flips with the fingers. I used to love those little tech decks and stuff like that. This brings back some nostalgic memories. I love how you switched the scenes. I love the sounds. I really enjoy how you did this. The Crypto Club and the neon looks like now a daytime and a nighttime drift. I mean, it's incredible, man. Thank you for stopping by. I love visual effects. I'm such a sucker for that stuff. I love the Pac-Man. I love the old nostalgic stuff you got in the back that makes me feel like one of those old 90s places. You know what I mean? Yeah, let me play that back. Oh my God. Oh. Yeah. I see what you're saying. The audio changing with the scene changing. It's please share that, man. Please share that, man. That man deserves to be shared. Igor Shek has been what? No way. You gotta click follow on that. I know Igor. I've seen Igor for a long time. Igor, this piece is freaking amazing. What I love about it is how you melted everything and you came up with your own style. And again, this is back to being artistic. You're calling this art and you're saying this is my stuff. And when I see people do stuff like that, it gets me bullish because it's saying like, hey, I'm going to make my own lane. I'm going to create my own way. I know people mess around with all these mediums. I know people do glitch art. They do weird art. I know they do AI. I know they do 3D. And you said, but I'm going to do Igor Skek. And I'm going to make it like this. And that, my friend, is fantastic. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for allowing me to see that. And I really appreciate you sharing. Daz Nevis, I got to give some people some, okay. I'm not going to talk about it. You can go look at it because I already gave him the time, but I had to give him the time of day. Hey man, just what the fuck was that? No, I'm being dead serious right now. What the fuck was that? You want to try to come in here and try to break my art thread or what's going on there? And that was incredible. That was incredible. Please, please, please share that for the world to see. I mean, wow. That, my friend, was incredible. Okay, that was some technical difficulties there for a second, but we're back now finally. And I guess I should just stick to my tools here. Give me 1 second. You messed up my whole stream. The one art piece messed up my whole stream, man. Geez, Louise, man. Holy crap. Literally, no, it's not. It wasn't supposed to be the end. The piece did that to us. It was the piece itself that did that to us, ladies and gentlemen. But we are back after the technical difficulties. The piece was so great, it ruined my whole damn stream. Thanks for actually. I said, "Are you trying to break my art thread?" And he really did. He really broke my art thread, man. That was amazing. Thank you so much for stopping by and giving us that treat. Literally freaking broke my art thread. Check this out. Bear Big's coming in the house. I love this piece. I love the scribbling inside of it. I love when people scribble and still come out with some fantastic art. I love the outlining. I love the weirdness of it, right? I love when you can look at it and make your own thoughts about it. The hand going through, the person pointing. You really don't understand what's going on, but based off of whatever life you're living, you interpret that. That's why art can be subjective. Great piece. Again, I love how you're using all those scribbles and outlines and still making fantastic art out of it. Here's somebody that I want to share. Collins Doodles is a freaking OG in the game when it comes to this art from scratch, right? Non-asset driven, not AI, from scratch. Love these cool characters he does. I can't wait for him to continue on his sets. He's been doing some basketball players. I'm looking for, maybe a 70s era, 80s era, and you keep kind of going in these sets until people value them, and eventually you just keep on going until, maybe you're in there with pop culture and people that are, happening right now or jumping in this space, or maybe they're flirting around this space, and you're right, Mind of a Creative, top tier. Collins Doodles is top tier. Let me show you somebody else who's top tier real quick. This guy is top tier. Let me tell you why he's top tier. His art is fantastic, first of all, okay? But second of all, I love the Dreamer series. That's what we're looking at right there. But LaPro understands the game. LaPro is in the game. LaPro has spent in the game. LaPro has enough followers in the game. LaPro is an illustrator and photographer whose username is The Pro, which means that he already has the confidence that I need to know that he's going to continue going forward. Hey, yo, what's up, Mr. LaPro? I see you in the chat. Thanks for stopping by. Delta Sauce, somebody who's taking AI by the horns, right? Taking the minimalistic approach, but adding the color palette to it, which makes it minimalistic, but makes it exciting. Then you take the AI culture down and you become a player in it. You've been getting a huge amount of love and support in the space, which makes me believe that you're a blue chip artist that's going to own the AI field. I'm looking forward to landing pieces of yours if I can in an open edition format, because I know I can't land it on a primary value, but at the same time, with that being said, you got to start constricting the stardom. The second you start becoming a star, you got to constrict, because there's other people behind you. There's other people behind you that want to become stars, so you have to constrict the star power. It costs to become a bigger star. You know what I mean? You're welcome, LaPro. Thanks for stopping by. I'll do a couple of more of these 5 minutes before I have to stop, and then I'll bring it in for a closing thought. I really appreciate you joining. Please freaking like, subscribe, comment, share. Keep doing what y'all are doing. We can make these art threads so popular on places like YouTube. I can short them down, show on Instagram. I can call for a Facebook Live and multi-stream in many places. All this stuff can come. All this, the audio will get better. The video will get better. You got to support me. But let's give this guy some love here. Affection. I believe this piece is called Anxiety. Let me make sure. It is Anxiety. It's because I looked at it myself, and it's just a little bit out of my price range, but that's okay because we need people to believe so that we can start bringing a base value in. I love what you did here. I love the evil faces in that balloon. I love how he's holding on to it like a balloon of thoughts. I love how you have that boy with the head cocked to the side. I love how you even got the detail going on the shoes with the black, making it look like an old pair of Nikes or old pair of sneakers. You got that sort of gray tone going on in different places. The shadows play on it. It's just a beautiful way on how you can utilize the gray so many times to still bring it in. Then you name it something like anxiety, which a lot of people battle, which means it's going to sit well with a lot of people. I can relate. There you go. The relations are already being seen. First of all, I'm a collector, Genesis collector. Second of all, the Lord has blessed me to meet somebody like Paul. I'm a student to his wisdom, to his knowledge, to his work ethics. You talk about setting a standard for 3D. You talk about setting a standard for work ethics. You talk about setting a standard for attitude, personality. You talk about setting a standard for being a freedom fighter, somebody who survives off just their art alone, never curbs their thoughts, never sweetens it up to get into anybody's good graces. We're talking about an absolute freedom 3D fighter. This is world fucking class. I'm ending it with Paul Massey. I'm not going to find anything better than this guy in my art thread. I can guarantee it. And I'm putting my reputation on the line. I'm putting my channel on the line. And you heard me cuss at my job because I put it on the line too. That's how confident I am in this man's abilities. And no, I'm not just batting because I'm the Genesis holder. I'm a proud Genesis holder. I'm a freaking not even worthy enough to hold this guy's art. This guy's work's been seen in Aldi's commercials. It's been seen in corporate brands all across the world. He worked for one of the largest, most prolific design agencies in the UK. I took this guy's name and went to a random Facebook group when I first met him, and they said, get his autograph. I said, what? And they said, he's a legend from the UK. I went back privately in his DM and I said, where are you located? He said, the UK, mate. I automatically knew that I had the legend named Paul Massey. That somebody in a random Facebook group already knew was a legend just from his art alone from the UK. It wasn't an NFT group, it was an art group. This guy's work has been featured in magazines, commercials, agencies. And here's my question when I leave here. Where does this guy go when we give him the freedom that some of these top acts have received? Where does this guy go? He sets a new standard. I'm going to bring you in front head real quick because I'm going to close this out. Thank you for everybody joining me. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. But I want to talk to you here before I leave. You know, we have an obligation as members of this community to set our standard. We have to push the bar high enough for people to realize what is double-digit F? What is single-digit F? Why do these pieces develop these huge prices with barely any work ethics? And a lot of people can't show you because a lot of people are marrying the style. Well, the style doesn't matter if you're a master manipulator. The technique doesn't matter if you're a master swindler. None of it matters if you plan to never be here after you make the money and you run. All of this stuff has to be considered prior to making that move because you have people under you watching you. And so even if I'm freaks and even if I like you or even if I like Paul, if Paul starts to take this art and he starts to just throw it everywhere, he's not the grail that I'm looking for. If he starts to diminish his flavor, if he starts to backtrack, he's not the grail. But if he's going to earn all the variables and fight for those variables and sit on his hands, it's not just because I say so. Every one of these artists have a track record that you can research yourself. The difference is finding that track record and being oblivious or blind to it. And that's when these people get frustrated and they're ready to tap out. My question to the collectors in the space is, why wouldn't you want to collect something that's setting a standard so that other people can follow it and NFT can always sit at the top with one of one art? It can't if you constantly are championing things that people cannot make sense of. And I'm not buying it. I'm not buying into it because you and your 30 friends have spent 10K on it and you consider it a grail. That's called gatekeeping. It's like saying, if I give you this orange, if I give you this cookie, and if I give you this cookie, and if I give you this cookie, it doesn't really matter. Because if we all say these cookies are worth 10,000, then the next person wanting this bag of cookies is going to pay 10,000. That's called lying. That's called swindling. That's not digital value. Digital value is when you worked yourself through the channels. You've sat on your hands. You could have minted, but you didn't. You could have lowered the price, but you didn't. You could have made all of this trending stuff, but you didn't. The blockchain doesn't lie. Look at the dates. Look at the time. Look at the way they carry themselves and maneuver. And if they're doing it correctly, we have an obligation. If you have friends in this space, if you have family that's coming, if you have people spending, you have an obligation to make it make sense. Sense and sense. That's the whole reason people are spending their crypto on art. Hey, thank you so much for joining. I really appreciate all the people in here. We ramped up to about, I think, 30 to 50 users at one point in time. We've been going for about an hour and 25 minutes. I'm going to keep going with these videos based off of the support that I'm receiving around the community. There's some great players in here, new, old, prominent, still starting. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you have 1 follower, 10,000 followers. What matters is that your message is clear. Your goals are seen respectively and repeatedly on your timeline. You keep reassuring and reinforcing what's lying ahead, and you are minting the art as a milestone marker. I don't think you can fail when you find artists like that. Hey, if you like what you see, be sure to follow and subscribe, click like, leave a comment for me, share this video around the community. Hey, I'm going to get better. These are going to get more beneficial for you, but you got to show up. You got to show up so I can cross the hours so that I can get monetized correctly, and then we can take you further than we have before. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much, Daniel, for stopping by. I want to touch on the NFT bit art. I hope to do more of these videos. Remember you saying that AI is just data from a bunch of artists. And so we feel as if, hey, look, what about those artists? See, here's the conversation killer. All music has come from musicians. And if we want to, we can get down to whoever played the first chord too. But you have to understand that chords make music, and you have to understand that piano keys are still able to make tunes and rhythm and sequences. And it may sound like the rhythm that you heard yesterday, and that's okay because they came from the same instrument. The difference is what somebody's planning to do with that. And yes, of course, sampling something directly and never changing it, you would be liable. Just like if you created AI art and it was a direct copy of somebody in the community, you would be held accountable. But to be similar, to think that somebody invented a can and think that Ghost is copying the can concept is slightly ridiculous. Somewhere, somehow, we have to understand that yes, it's all still water and somebody discovered water, but this is Ozarka water. This is plastic. This is a different element. This is a smartphone. It has the same apps that an Android has, but it's an app. Who came up with the phone first, though? Who came up with the camera first, though? Who came up with the UI first, though? You see what I'm saying? This is the whole reason why the cancellation shit has been taken too far. They want to take certain things off the labels. They want to do certain... Listen, man, we can sit here and we can say who came up with the word kind all day long because it wasn't this company. And so the person who discovered the word kind could possibly get pissed off at the kind bar. The difference is they're using it in a whole new element. So, you're right. AI is using its information to create new information. But again, who invented that? And who do we hold accountable for whistling? Or is it the tone? Or is it the who's accountable? Somewhere, somehow, we're going to have to cut the shit about who was the first person to use the shaver, who was the first person to do the deodorant. Somewhere. That's how times change. Again, there are laws, there are copyrights, there are trademarks, there are patents, there are complete rip-offs that are identical. But again, just because this thing is used for pictures and somebody made this doesn't mean you can't slide a piece of paper with the Wi-Fi code in it. Peace.